Hi guys, so I'm back with another end of the month collective haul video where I'll be sharing all the things I ended up picking up in the month of April. So all the things I'll be sharing in this video are things that I bought outside of my Japanese proxy orders. Since the items I picked up in all those hauls, I already went through extensively, so we don't need to see those again. But these first two things I've already shown on this channel through unboxings. So one of the first things I picked up last month was Junkei's No Time solo album. So this was his 4th solo album in Japan. And this is the version B. And I would like to get all the other versions. There's a version A with the DVD and a regular edition, as well as a fan club version. I just haven't ordered those yet. Or rather, with the fan club version, I haven't found one for a reasonable price, since those were rather limited. And the other album I did an unboxing for on this channel was FT Island's Planet Bonds. So this is version A, so it's a CD, so it's the CD DVD edition with this kind of deluxe packaging and a nice photo book. So on those unboxing videos, I went through both of those albums pretty extensively. So if you're curious about my thoughts and first impressions regarding the track list and just the packaging itself, be sure to check out those videos. And now for the rest of the albums, I bought a few new releases from back in February and March that arrived in April. One of the first being Holman's new Korean album, The Chance of Love. So I ended up buying 2 copies, and they happened to be the same cover, and I think, yeah, and they happened to have the same photo card. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna sell off my duplicate version in photo card or try to find someone to trade with, because I'm afraid that SM won't do a repackage for this album since TVXQ just had their Korean concert, and I'm afraid they're just gonna rush off to Japan to release a new single and they'll forget about the repackaged Korean album. But I guess we'll wait and see. But anyway, this is the version I got and that version for Chongmin's photo card. And then another old release that finally came in. And technically this came in the other day, and that's SF9's Mamma Mia special edition. So I ordered this from M-Wave, and it finally arrived, all signed. And the photo cards I ended up pulling was Chawnee's bookmark, and then Taeyang's Selka photo card. So I just collect Taeyang's stuff, so if someone has Taeyang's bookmark and would like to trade for Chawnee's, do let me know. I also have the, I guess, original edition for this release, also ordered on M-Wave, but they haven't shipped that out yet, so I don't really know what the holdup is. If anyone else ordered the Meet and Greet album on M-Wave and you've already received it, do let me know, because I'm afraid that M-Wave maybe forgot to send mine or something. I don't know. I've had issues with M-Wave in the past. They've even canceled albums on me if they were out of stock, even though I ordered it within the time frame. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this release. But Mamma Mia was one of my favorite releases from this year. I didn't talk about TVXQ album, so I'll do that too after I talk about Mamma Mia. But the B-sides for SF9 I think have been getting stronger and stronger each release. I've talked about SF9 before, but they're just rookies that I'm really impressed by, and I always look forward to the releases, and they've crept up in my top 10 boy groups, and I think they're there to stay. When a lot of rookie groups that debuted in the same year as them, and even prior to them, have kind of fluctuated on my bias list, but SF9 has just been pretty consistently rising and become one of my favorite boy groups. TVXQ's album here I really enjoyed, though I will admit during my first listen of the whole album, I felt that it was kind of lacking some elements. Usually, I feel like with TVXQ's Korean albums, they're a bit more dynamic, and there's just a lot of nice chill tracks balanced with their more quirky and upbeat tracks. And I felt like The Chance of Love was a bit unbalanced in that they're just more chill tracks than upbeat ones. So if they do a repackage, I'm just hoping they kind of spice things up a bit with their track list and kind of fill in, I think, some of those holes that this first release was missing. And continuing on with new releases, I did pick up GOT7's Eyes on You album, and I actually ordered all 3 versions through my friend's group order. Usually whenever GOT7 releases something, I end up ordering through my friend Ashley Epidemic here on YouTube, because she always does group orders for them. But I decided for GOT7, I'm just going to keep 1 version for all their things. I'm really trying to scale back on my collection because I just collect too many groups, and buying multiple versions for the same release is becoming a bit difficult for me when it comes to space. But this version has JB's poster, and because I bought all 3 versions, I got a bunch of photo cards. So I ended up getting this set of JB's, and then got some Jin Young cards, Jung Jae card, and Mark card. And I know I also have Jackson's, the blue, I forget what version that one is, but with the blue border. I have Jackson's. I've misplaced it. It's somewhere. And then for the bookmark film things, I got JB's as well, Marks, and also Yukiam's, but I seem to have misplaced that one as well. And when it comes to the music on this release, I know JB wrote the title track, which I think charted really well, at least better than their prior releases, which was really great, I think, for GOT7. But I'll admit that their title track, it didn't really sound like anything new from them. I don't know. It didn't really impact me the same way as their last album's title track for their 747 mini album. But then again, I really like GOT7's chiller side. I really love the B-sides on Eyes on You. I thought that the guys really stepped their game up when it came to writing and composing the B-side tracks. And I also got my concert ticket the other week for their LA show. So if anyone else is going to their LA show, do let me know. I managed to snag a P2. I don't know how. That whole entire ticket buying experience was something. But I got a P2, and I think it was in area J, and that kind of area. But do let me know if you're going to that show. It's going to be a couple days after I fly back from Japan after seeing Junho's concert, so I'm going to be exhausted, but I'm going with one of my really good friends from back in high school who really loves GOT7, so it should be a lot of fun. Oh, and that also came with the lookbook, so include that as well there. And then next up for new releases, I picked up Stray Kids' debut. So I've talked about Stray Kids' mixtape album on this channel before, and I am completely smitten when it comes to Stray Kids. They're definitely rookies that have snatched my heart, which I guess shouldn't be surprising given my history with JYP groups. But I thought this debut album was really impressive for them, and I've just really enjoyed their sound, and I'm really excited to see what they continue to put out, I guess, in the years to come. So I ended up getting this version this is Jisung's page, and these are the photo cards I pulled. And so I ended up watching Stray Kids' pre-debut show finally. I kind of binged it in a weekend. And I'm still not certain who my bias is in Stray Kids. I think it's between, right now, Minho and Jisung. Though I do really like all the kids in the group. But those two, I guess, have stuck out the most to me. I kind of want it to be Minho too because he's a big hottest, and I just saw some pictures on Twitter at a fan sign where a fan gave him all these ZooPM little bracelet things to wear, and he was very enthusiastically wearing them, which was adorable. But yeah, between him and Jisung, I'm not really sure my biases yet, and I don't want two biases because I don't want to play that game with, you know, photo card collecting. So I'll need to decide soon. And then the last newish release that I ended up buying last month was this OST album. So I actually haven't watched this yet, even though I really do want to watch it, especially because Honky's in it. And it just sounds like a nice, fun fantasy drama. But I've had a lot of trouble, actually, watching any K-dramas lately, ever since Just Between Lovers ended. That drama kind of killed me. And I tried watching Prison Playbook afterwards because I heard great things, and I was hoping that would get me out of the Just Between Lovers like afterglow, but it was a struggle to finish that drama, even though it was really good, and I know a lot of people loved that drama. It just, it's sometimes hard to watch something after watching a drama that you just really love. So I do plan on watching this drama, but the reason why I bought this is because of the track list. So I did listen to most of the songs, but track 5 is the main reason why I bought this. And so this is the song with Yuna and Jimin from AOA, as well as an N-Flying member. And it's so nice. And I've just been kind of starving for any content from AOA, so I decided I needed to buy this. Even though I don't really buy OSTs outside of 2PM related dramas, or sometimes Homan related dramas. I might have to change that though, since there are a lot of FT Island dramas I really like. And the packaging for this is kind of cool, though it seems like it's more bulky than it needs to be. So it has a nice little photo book. And you get a lot of photo cards, but not of the cast members. It's of the people who participated in the OST. So that was kind of cool. So I'll pull these out here. So you have Jimin one, Yuna one, and just all these other people. It's pretty cool. I think there's a new, there's a newest W one here too. So I thought that was a nice little addition that they included in this OST. And so the last few things I bought last month were actually older albums, but they were purchased through some really awesome sales. So earlier last month, Amazon Japan actually had this huge kind of clearance for a lot of K-pop and Japanese albums. So I ended up ordering quite a few things from them. I actually ordered a lot of 2PM singles for photo card purposes that I won't be sharing since I already own those albums. And there's not really much I could say other than I bought those for photo card purposes. But I will share some of the albums that I bought that are not duplicate copies. So the first one is this APink album, so APink Memory. And I really like APink. Their releases, I think especially after Pink Revolution, have really been to my taste when it comes to girl groups. Pink Memory kind of had to grow on me, but there are some songs on here that I really do enjoy, and This was only like $4. So I thought this was a good opportunity to buy this album, since I do plan on building up a few more albums from APink in my collection. I don't have plans to buy all of the releases, since I'm trying to be a bit more selective when it comes to groups outside of my top 10. But this was a release I did want to buy eventually, and with it being just $4, and whenever you buy things from Amazon Japan, they ship things through DHL, so you get it like in 2 days. I thought, why not? And then another girl group release I got that was under $4 was Girls' Generation's Party. And so this is, I guess, officially my first Girls' Generation album, since I only have a solo album from them. Though in my next Zen Market haul, I think you guys will start to see an accumulation of Girls' Generation releases starting to happen. But anyway, I really like Party. I remember, so I went to KCON back in 2016 when TTS was there, so they did sing Party. And I'll admit, when Party was first released, with the music video and everything, it wasn't really a song I really liked. It's definitely had to grow on me. Now it's kind of fun, even though it's a little silly. But I really like Check, which is the B-side on here, and the photo book for Party is just so pretty. So I kind of just needed this. That's what I decided for my collection. And then another release that I've wanted for quite a while is this Romeo Midnight Speed Terror album. So Romeo, if you don't know who he is, this is S 501 Park Jung-min, but he goes by Romeo in Japan when he does solo things. Though he kind of switches back and forth between Park Jung-min and Romeo over there. So I'm not really sure what he's going by presently. But when he released this, he was going by Romeo. And this is a full-length album, and the track list I adore. If you have not listened to his solo work, especially in Japan, I definitely recommend you do so, especially if you really love Kim Jae-joon's music. They both kind of have this kind of dark, rockish flair, and I feel like the texture of their voices are kind of similar, especially in their solo work. Though Romeo's, or Park Jung-min's Japanese solo stuff kind of leans more towards J-pop. So I'm really curious when Kim Jae-joon releases his Japanese single in June, what that's going to sound like, and if he's going to kind of have a different sound over there compared to what he's been doing in Korea. But yes, I love this album. I love Park Jung-min's solo stuff in general, whether it's in Korea or Japan. And I really hope he releases more music soon, since he's back from the military, and I think he's had some fan meetings, and I don't know if he's had solo concerts in Japan, but I know he's had some activities, so I hope we get to see more music from him sometime soon. And then the last few things I picked up in this Amazon Japan order are some things that are 2PM related. So these were just really cheap, and I decided it was time to add these to fill out my 2PM collection a bit more. So the first is this Christmas album from JYP Nation, and this thing's interesting. Like, I don't know whose choice it was to do this really like massive jewel case that's kind of weird to open, but someone decided to do that. So this photo book is really cute. If you've seen the music video for this, they're just all in, you know, these cuddly holiday sweaters and just acting silly, especially in these group poses. So I'm not really a fan of Christmas songs. Mostly I'm a little salty when it comes to Christmas, since My birthday is very close to Christmas. But I'm glad that I picked this up for, I think it was less than $3. So that's something it's hard to say no to. And I also ended up picking up the regular edition for 2PM's Legend of 2PM. So this is their second full-length Japanese album. And the reason why I bought this is because this edition comes with a bonus track. So it comes with a live version for the Japanese version of Suddenly, if you listen to their Grown Korean album. So they released the Japanese edition prior to Grown. And it's also the first Junkei released song in Japan for their group stuff. So it's a beautiful song and it holds a special place in my heart. And I love just 2PM performing live, and I love their live songs that they've been releasing lately on their fan club editions. So I was really happy that this was nicely discounted, or rather heavily discounted, so I could finally pick it up. And then I also picked up another OST album. So this is the OST for, I think the drama's called I Love Lute? I'm not sure. I haven't watched it. And the reason why I wanted this is because the second track here has an OST by Junkei as well. So when it comes to any sort of drama related thing from 2PM, I try to collect it, whether it's a drama that they acted in or it's a drama that they sang an OST to. So wanted to pick this guy up, and again, this was like under $4. So, and then the last thing I picked up from Amazon Japan is the Blu-ray edition for the Korean movie called 20. Sorry, that was upside down. So this is a movie that Junho acted in, and it was really popular. I actually owned the regular DVD version of this, but Amazon Japan, they were just selling a bunch of Korean things for really cheap. So there were a lot of movies, especially that came out like around 2015, that were being sold for under $10. So I decided might as well buy this. If you want to see what this looks like, the packaging is not too fancy. There's actually a fancy limited edition DVD version for this movie that I would love to buy. It's just really hard to find even used copies of it. I think I may have to buy it on a Korean proxy site, which I've never used before, but one day I might have to do that. So in addition to just buying new releases on Amazon Japan, I try to look up whatever sales they may be having. Usually you just have to filter things by price when it comes to looking up for the bargain deals for their Asian pop CDs. So just like on the regular Amazon, they just have things deeply discounted every once in a while. So I try to look on there pretty frequently to see if there's anything I would be interested in buying. So there was another sale I took advantage of last month, and that was on Yes Asia, and I ended up buying 2 Japanese concert Blu-rays. And Yes Asia is just really great for having these really deeply discounted events. So I think they just started their spring sale event, and it's really good to look at those as quickly as possible because a lot of times the really good deals get snatched up really quickly, and then they just raise the prices after someone buys one of those. But the first concert Blu-ray I bought was F2 Island's Just Do It. So this was during their autumn tour when they were promoting their single Just Do It. And I try to get all of their concerts in Blu-ray if possible for the Prima Donna edition, since the Prima Donna edition usually comes with extra footage. But this came with a random postcard, and I ended up getting Jaejin's. And that was really cheap. It was, I think, around $17, which is really great for Japanese Blu-rays. This other one I ended up buying wasn't super deeply discounted, but it's better than what prices I've been seeing them go for used on Japanese proxy sites. And that's TVXQ's With tour. So I actually saw this concert prior, I think on YouTube or something, and it's definitely, I think, my favorite TVXQ concert to date. So this is right before they enlisted in the military, and so there's just so many emotions going on during this concert. And the track list, which I just took off, the track list here just has a lot of wonderful songs I love, and it was just an experience watching this. But this is the Blu-ray edition, so it comes with this nice box that holds a little mini photo book, as well as Blu-ray itself. So it has 2 discs and another kind of small photo book. And this is so tiny. But just a few more pictures. So I'm happy to finally own this and be able to rewatch this whenever I want. So I'm pretty good when it comes to Homan's DVDs. I'm just missing both of the Time DVDs, since there's not a limited Blu-ray edition for those. And then I think I need their Catch Me tour, and I should be caught up. And they just had their Circle Korean tour for their Chance of Love, after their Chance of Love album. So hopefully SM releases that quickly, though they're so slow with releasing DVDs that I won't expect it till at least a year from now. And now there are 2 more things I ended up buying. And I ordered this just from the regular Amazon. So I got rid of my Amazon Prime subscription a while ago. So whenever I want something through their store with free shipping, I have to buy at least $25 worth of things. And I really needed some more 3-pocket horizontal pages for my photo card binder for all those 2 p.m. stickers I've accumulated, just so that those pages look nice in my photo card binder. So I added both of these things to my cart to buy those. So the first being this Blu-ray edition for Memories of the Sword. If you haven't seen this, it has Junho in it. And I own the deluxe DVD version of it. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet. But I figured this was, I think, $5. So I went ahead and just bought it for reasons. And then the other thing I ended up buying was Fiestar's Curious single album. And I never watched an unboxing of this, but I never realized how pervy this was. So even on the cover, so it looks like, so you see this guy with like a cape and this kind of UFO thing. So this is a skirt. I never realized that's what he was doing, was looking up this kind of UFO skirt. And you have this theme like on the CD, as well as the photo book. Like you have the girls here and these plaid skirts, and then this little guy just looking up. But yeah. And then you have, I guess, the credits for the songs here. There's not actually lyrics, which I was surprised. They didn't include lyrics in the photo book here. But, yeah, I think I have these lyrics. Yeah, The lyrics are here, so it's not with the credits. But I just wanted to pick that up because I really do like Fiestar's music. It wasn't very expensive, and I guess now I know more about what's inside that photo book since buying it. So this is everything all together of what I bought last month. And when it comes to May, I don't really have any plans to buy anything other than the Luna 3rd Unit album. I'll be sure to buy enough copies of the limited edition before they run out. As well as Chansung's solo debut in Japan. The title track apparently is going to be European French Disco. So I'm curious what that ends up being like. So I'll definitely do an unboxing of that and a little mini album discussion once that's released. And then I don't have any plans other than AOA's Korean comeback, which I'm confused what FNC is doing, having and Flying, who I really love, but I don't know why they're releasing something just like a week before AOA is supposed to have a comeback. So I'm guessing AOA will be pushed back to June, or there'll be overlapping comebacks or something, but we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. And I do have plans for filming my FT Island collection video. It's been hard finding time to film things these past few weeks. It's been a bit stressful actually with work and everything. But I'll try to make time and do that, as well as some other videos I've promised, like my drama chat video. I was planning to do those quarterly, but it looks like I'll have to do those every 4 months since it's already May. We'll see how I work that in. And for dramas, I haven't really been watching anything, like I mentioned, though I'm really excited for Junho's new drama. That's going to be airing on Monday of this month, so I'm very excited to see how that turns out. I'm sure it'll be good since Junho's really good at choosing good projects to be part of, so I'm not worried on that front, and the other cast members are fantastic too, so I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to watch and get me out of my K-drama slump I've been in. But again, that was it for what I picked up in April. And until next time, bye guys.